Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. Really do hope that. Watched any good football lately? No, me neither. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on the channel, sometimes more than daily, where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on that, and more importantly, of course, asking for yours, the collective viewer, the fan opinion, the soul of the beautiful game, the people, and that's you, friends. And you can join this community by simply subscribing and showing some sweet love by dropping a like on the video. Takes a second, man, and you're all welcome, of course. New graphics on the way to the channel, by the way. Just a quick reminder for those of you who are enjoying the seated desk green screen style videos like this. Today we're talking about Joško Gvardiol. We'll try that again in a moment, and we're going to talk about maybe strikers and the fact how Robert Lewandowski has reportedly or maybe reportedly handed in a transfer request to Bayern Munich. Of course, Chelsea have goal scoring problems. We got 99 problems, and scoring a goal is one. Could have done better with that if I thought for longer. So yeah, here we are. Of course, Chelsea did draw 1-1 to Manchester United last night in Old Trafford. Chelsea were dominant in terms of possession, the places where they had the ball, the dangerous areas outside United's final third. Essentially, they had Cristiano Ronaldo, who had got one chance and took it. Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo and vibes. Purely, nothing else. Yes, it's positive. Reece James lit up the pitch at right wing back. Of course, we've been talking recently here on the channel about Thomas Tuchel's desire to play him at right centre back. I just realised I've got a Starbucks cup and it's got a green on, so I wonder what's going to happen in the green screen. Oh, wow, baby. Exciting and fun. Okay, so to those of you who just listen and don't watch, you're missing out on good shit. Anyway, quick reference to how Real Madrid fans all think they're signing Reece James. No, you're not signing Reece James. I mean, literally, if you go on Twitter, it's literally riddled with, oh yeah, he's coming to the Bernabeu, mate. We want him. Obviously, he swapped shirts with Karim Benzema when Chelsea played Real Madrid in the Champions League. And yes, why wouldn't Real Madrid want Reece James? He is incredible. He'd make them better. He is the best. He's an upgrade. He's long-term, person in that position. But I want to read a quote from Nigel James, Reece James's father, who of course is a football coach himself and by all accounts a very nice man. He said this: the part where I will be emotional. I can't remember when he said that. He must have said this on an interview or a podcast. Excuse me for not being able to cite where it happened, but this is a source from Nigel James. The part where I will be most emotional, is the day he becomes Chelsea captain. That's his ambition, and it's mine as well. Reece has been at Chelsea since he was 6. There isn't a player who has been there that young and gone on to wear the armband. The goal is to be the man that, when you hear Chelsea, you think Reece James. And he has every chance of doing that, Nigel, your boy. Reece James isn't going anywhere. He's the future of Chelsea. Lauren James plays at Chelsea. He's been at Chelsea since he was very, very young. His dad wants him to be captain. He's not going to Real Madrid. Just want to get that one out of the way quickly. It's also worth mentioning, he is on a low contract. I know Nazar Kinsella, I'm not going to read a bit today for today's video, but I know Nazar Kinsella wrote an article about how both Reece James and Mason Mount, both being incredibly young, important players for Chelsea, and Chelsea through and through, academy-bred young men, both of them are on very low wages in terms of what they deliver and the level they deliver. They did sign new deals, of course, when Lampard came, so, they got a couple years left after this summer, but They signed, first team deals from as young players that had just been playing in the Championship. So, good deals, like deals they'll be happy with, but considering how many games they played against, Champions League winners, outplaying Man City, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, smashing up Juventus this season, this is the level these guys are playing at and they're operating at. And they need to be paid accordingly, especially, I know we've sanctioned FC and all that, but Chelsea have a lot of money, or certainly they can afford to pay good money for the top tier world class players. So we can talk about strikers in a bit, but I want to talk about Josko Gvardiol. Don't know how to pronounce it. He's Croatian. He's a Croatian defender who plays for RB Leipzig. Yeah, he's 20 years old. He's very, very young. I'm going to show you some stats in a moment that look very, 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 very impressive. And hopefully, it convinces you like it convinces me. I've only watched a few clips, but when you look at scouting reports and you go, oh, lots of green, good numbers, you get excited. That's how football works. So there's I guess he's a journalist from reporting on behalf of through Sky Sports called Florian Plettenberg said, news, Gvardiol, Tuchel is a big fan of him and sees him as a potential replacement for Rudiger. The 20-year-old top defender has no release clause in Leipzig. Of course, Timo Werner had a release clause in Leipzig. We triggered it and we bought Timo Werner. And he is totally happy at RB, at Red Bull. No contact between the management so far, transfer update. But Tuchel does like him as a replacement for Antonio Rudiger. He's obviously a lot younger, 9 years younger. Tuchel, obviously, you can imagine Tuchel follows the Bundesliga very, very closely as a guy who coached there for a long time, Mainz and Dortmund, and of course is German himself, so you can imagine he'd keep a close eye on that. Let's look at his scouting report, though. So, Josko, we'll call him. So he's a Croatian, so we'll have a friend in Kovacic. You got a friend in Kovacic. So, mates there. RB Leipzig, was he there when Timo was there? I don't know, I should do my research. Obviously, he's very young still, so maybe not. Let's look at his scouting report, man. This makes for positive reading, bro. I'll tell you. So I've gone for his full scouting report, and I've gone down to the percentile. And he's in loads and loads of metrics over 95. So, top of the tree, through balls. Creative for a centre-back. He's in the top 1% of the elite European defenders in world football, in European football. So that's incroyable. And dribbles completed, he is in the top 1%. Dribbles attempted, he is in the top 1%. Players dribbled past, he is in the top 1%. Carries into the penalty area, he is in the top 1%. He's a dribbly boy. Mate, Rudiger excites people when he picks up the ball and carries it forwards. When we're not winning, we're not doing anything, no one's doing anything exciting, we're just passing the ball around the back. Rudiger grabs the ball from centre-back, carries it, and goes. Off you go, mate. Change the game. And even if you do put it in the row Z, you get the crowd going, the crowd gets going, the players get going, everybody win. Incredible dribbling and ball carrying stats. But not that, there's more. Passes completed, top 2%. And by the way, this is the top 2% of the top elite European defenders. So, and he's playing at a high level, the Bundesliga. It's not like, Liga or whatever. And, he's not playing for Bayern Munich, which is usually a big barometer. If they're, it's very easy to play in an elite team when you've got a monopoly on the league. But RB Leipzig, they're not, not the same. And yes, temper your expectations in a Timo Werner fashion, but still... Top 2% for completed passes, sure. Top for attempted as well, 2%. Passes under pressure. We play out of the press. Passes blocked. So here you go. Now all this is like ball carrying and progression and exciting, fun, forward thinking stuff. But he is in the top echelons of defending as well. Look, passes blocked, top 2%. Interceptions, top 2%. Touches as well. So. He likes to get involved, and then carries as well. And then, expected assists, he's in the top 3%, but again, it's very low. But centre-backs aren't they? They're the lowest on the pitch. And then he's in the top 3% for non-penalty goals and assists. It goes on, but look, he's very, very, very progressive. Even in the top 6%, he's in the shot-creating actions, live ball passes, key passes. He's creative, this Breda. This is really, really, really exciting looking. Let's quickly have a look at his, his contract to see how long he's got left on his deal, so we can maybe guess. But at the end of the day, if you're replacing Rudiger, this guy's not going to demand the same wages as Rudiger, is he? So he's probably, it's doable in terms of a transfer fee. You can imagine you'd go out a little bit. So his contract expires in 2026. He's just joined in 2021, so no, he wouldn't have played with Timo Werner. Of course, he's left-footed, so everyone's thinking, so not the elephant in the room, but the academy player in the room is, right, who's going to take that potential starting spot? Rudiger, that left, and Rudiger's not actually left-footed, I don't think, but he's really good with his left foot. This guy could play as the left centre-back in the back three with his left foot, and he could do what Antonio Rudiger does with dribbling up the pitch and progressing the ball. To me, in terms of profile, he looks like excellent. But of course, we have Levi Colwill, who's also left-footed, I believe, and can play on that left side as well. So this guy is those stats that you've just seen that we've just reeled off. That's in comparison to the top, best players in Europe. It would be interesting to see Levi Colwill. Should we see if Levi Colwill's quick scouting report? Just for do they give him a scouting report in the Championship? They must do, right? I don't think they do. No, that's annoying. Okay, well, we don't have the meticulous sort of metrics. We'll see what happens though. We'll talk about strikers now. Let me know what you think in terms of Gvardiol, and let me know of how to pronounce that, if I have been pronouncing that right. Would you want him? Is he a suitable replacement? In terms of his profile and his numbers there, they look pretty darn good, man, and they look like they could literally fill the hole that Rudiger left. Maybe not in character, we don't know, but he's Croatian. Croatians are pretty hard, aren't they, generally? Historically. Why not? It looks good to me. Let's move on. Chelsea don't convert chances. I'm not going to dig out certain players. I'm not going to dig out Kai Havertz because I don't think he should be relied on as that goal-scoring number 9. I think we didn't buy him for that. And I think we're sort of playing him there for the same reason Bayer Leverkusen played him there, because he's just an amazing general attacker. But I feel like he does score headers. He will get in the box, but he links play well. I think he generally likes to play as a sort of maybe second striker. I don't think just playing him up top, we can't rely on title challenges with Kai Havertz there. We can rely on him being one of the best players in the world and having amazing moments and looking incredible on the ball. But I feel like in terms of converting those big numbers, maybe not. And that's not a criticism, because I feel, we should still ultimately in some ways build the team around him in the same way Reece James and, Chilwell and Mason Mount and stuff. And again, Mason Mount, it can be amazing in terms of linking the midfield and attack and work rate, but even though he's got a lot of goals and assists this season, that's not ultimately what we should rely on him for. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got great players, good talents. We're saying the same crap here, man. Werner, Pulisic, Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi, all on their day are incredible players with different profiles. And Romelu Lukaku, do you know what I mean? So Tuchel has made 2 signings, Saul and Lukaku. And I think Lukaku was sort of given to him. I think he appreciated it, but I don't think he went, get me Romelu Lukaku. He's been at Chelsea for 18 months now, a transfer window. He could probably say, look, I need a striker that's inclined to do this in this situation. You know what Lukaku's inclined to do? Run that right channel on the turn and transition and score a goal with a strike partner. That's what Lukaku does. And we don't do that. So if we can sell him, we sell him. It's just, it's hard to see another situation, basically. So Tuchel can sit down with the new owners, scouting team, and be like, look, this is what I need. Is that player Robert Lewandowski? Look, many of you think he's Barcelona bound, and he probably is. That is the most quintessential, current iteration of Barcelona. It's a quintessential signing for them. Aubameyang and Lewandowski, or mid-late 30s, give them high wages. Not late 30s, but mid-30s, give them high wages. It just seems like such a Barcelona signing. Could we get him to Chelsea? I mean, if you said to Thomas Tuchel, would you want Lewandowski? He will know all about Lewandowski, trust me. And, we've signed old players before. And the fact that we've signed Thiago Silva, do we sign a Lewandowski? I mean, you make exceptions for a guy. Look at his recent trophy, cabinet. He should have won the Ballon d'Or 2 seasons ago. He won awards last season. He's winning awards all the time. This season, he's probably just going to lose out to the Ballon d'Or to Karim Benzema, in my opinion. But if you said to me, I don't know who I'd sign out of both of them, whoever's a bit younger. But he's probably going to Barcelona. But do we look at this kind of signings? Or do we turn to Armando Broja and be like, look, mate, you're really frantic and high octane. We're just going to lean everything on you. This is why I'm not a football scout and I'm not a football coach. You'd be shocked to learn, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the answer is. And I look enviously at Liverpool and how they just know what to do. They know who to bring in. Right, we play like this. We generally don't want that much out of our striker except work rate. We need the goals from our wingers that do this kind of stuff. Boom, Salah, Mane. Boom, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, who can play down the middle as well. And it's just perfect. It works perfectly, and they're fine. We rely so heavily on our wing backs. That goal against United shows it. I know it was sort of assisted by Kai Havertz, but it came from Reece James. It was finished by Alonso. When Reece James and Chilwell are starting, we're like unstoppable in many ways, in sometimes, but it's too much pressure on wing backs who are going to be knackered anyway because of all the running they have to do. We need a striker. We need to find a way to get strikers scoring goals. And if Tuchel believes in his attacking setup and his format, give him the keys to get a forward. I know it's simple and reductionist, but this is where we're at. What do you guys think? Who do you think about forwards? Soul search and start up the conversation down in the comment section. I'll be keen to learn what you guys think. Please do consider liking the video. It's very kind of you. And you're all welcome to subscribe if you want to. We're closing in on 150,000. Wowee, it's a lot. All right, peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry.